Hello and welcome to this meditation today. Thank you for being here. I was called to create this meditation actually this morning. I was sleeping and in my dream, as I was awaking, someone came to me. I had already created this meditation and she was saying that it really helped her for protection. She really needed it for protection, which was striking to me because the meditation in question was about Dragonic heart space, which is a fusion of the heart chakra, solar plexus, and sacral. At least that's the way I experience and channel it. And so it really struck me. It was a strange dream, and I felt very called to create this today and put it out there and just see what comes through. There's no specific intention in mind besides really working with that heart space and seeing what comes. So before I start, I want to explain a little bit about what I mean. The Dragonic energy is very powerful. Specifically, I believe we're going to be working with the Sophianic dragons, and I've always personally experienced them as not just Dragonic energy, but they are the Seraphim, what we know as Seraphim angels. And they're deeply source creator beings. They are ultimate creator beings. And their heart space is very fused together with that heart chakra, solar plexus, and sacral, where you have the heart center, which is it experiences and feels entirely. It doesn't reject, it doesn't push back. It's that central space where you channel your energy from above and below, where you really bring in that higher elemental energy into, I don't want to say necessarily the 3D, but the denser, sort of more finite energy, bringing them together and balancing them. And you have your solar plexus, which is this space of deep dignity and power, a sense of belonging within self and really connecting to the self. And then also the sacral chakra, which is very expressive and sensual, and just feeling through on a very deeply physical and sexual and emotional level. And so I really have always felt that when you connect to the Dragonic energies, you feel a fusion of these chakras within yourself. You feel these three chakras really starting to activate and come into balance with each other. They're almost one in the same space, even though they're separate energy wheels in and of themselves. And so I really wanted to share that message before we get started, so that we can really channel in energy into this space and focus on it. And I like to call it the Dragonic heart space. So anyways, let's get started, and we're just gonna see what comes through. I am just as much going to be surprised as you are. So thank you for being here with me, and I hope that this meditation can bring you the medicine, the protection, the healing, and the love that you deserve, the love that you have always deserved. And yeah, so get in a comfortable position, whether it be lying down, sitting up. I do recommend sitting up straight though, as this is meant to be activating and you want to stay awake. But if you fall asleep, trust that this is meant for your path of what you're supposed to be doing with this meditation. Energy affects us differently. So if you do fall asleep or find yourself dozing, allow it and just soak the energies in. Let them encapsulate you the way that they need. There is no right or wrong way to do this. So let's get started. I'm going to give you a moment to get comfortable. settling into your being, into your body, and finding a balanced position to sit in, focus on your heart space and really breathing in, not your human heart space, your dragonic heart space. Focus on your breath. If it helps, look down at your diaphragm, your belly, and watch it expand as you inhale and collapse as you exhale. Just really pay attention to this movement in this area. Really take deep breaths. Latch on mindsets that you already carry. Latch on personal beliefs or even beliefs that have been trained into you through the matrices that you've been in this 3D world and beyond. It's important to really come from a clear space where intuitive understanding you can feel through, that you can allow chaos that can come in life from a place of physical feeling, a place from energetic knowing rather than knowledge and ego and systems and patterns. These things are helpful to us. These things can guide us, especially in the 3D. But when you're connecting to the Dragonic energy, you are now connecting to divine will outside of free will. Free will is based in matrix. It's not a bad thing, and it's very powerful towards the path of ascension and growth and developing one's understanding of their higher self. But once you tap in, and this expansion to some feels extremely chaotic, because from the 3D ego perspective, there is not a rhyme or a reason to a lot of the things that unfold in the direction and in the timing that they do. It can seem very misdirected, sometimes even like you're in the void. And this void space is a very powerful place to find your dragonic connections and your roots for those who are dragonic starseeds. This is where you become, this is where you create, and this is where you discover. Not only discovering yourself, but the world and life around you, the ways that it works and the ways that it creates and manifests and the intentions. And this is really where you start to tap in and channel your own intentions and your own path, your own beautiful unfolding, the things that you were divinely made and brought here to do. This void space can be very scary because it brings you to a place of confusion, and a lot of times people will find that their guides aren't very clear here, if at all. Sometimes your guides might actually step back and you feel very alone on this journey. You feel like no one else is here showing you the way. You're not even sure if you're crazy or not. It's a very weird place to be in if you aren't familiar with it. And developing a strong dragonic heart space is the way in which you tune into the dragon energy, where through this void you're able to become a master alchemist of energy. Hello, and your heart space wisdom, this deep inner knowing that is so beyond just intuition. This is true discernment. This is your true north, your guiding light. Keep breathing into this space as I explain further of this energy, where In this void, when nothing is really making sense and you feel shut out from spirit and from your guides, this is not punishment. Let me make that clear. This is not punishment. You are not on the wrong path. You are exactly where you are meant to be. But sometimes where you're meant to be is somewhere you can't understand because there's nothing to understand. It is entirely up to you. This is the ultimate place of creation, the 0 point. There's nothing here except intention. Intention and energy, being born, being birthed. And this is the energy that as Dragonic beings being brought forward come into play, because Dragonic beings are the ones who birth, create, bring into existence this energy, the channel and forth which source consciousness expands. And we all connect to this Dragonic energy in some form or another. And so, when you're in this place, ourselves, this is an opportunity, not a punishment. You are not being cast out. You are being rebirthed. You are being transformed, recreating yourself. You are in a place to recreate your own sovereign being. That is immensely powerful. And it is through this space of discovering you, of discovering your truest essence of who you intend to be, outside of the conditioning, where you tap into your truth. And then you step out on that first step of chaos, of what feels like chaos, what we identify as chaos, because it is scattered energy, ready to be taken in, almost like I see through your hands, just absorbing this chaotic energy and manifesting from it, like the magician, just manifesting an apple, a peach, a pear, and manifesting something beautiful, something you see in your mind, something you envision within, a deep inner calling and knowing that has sat within you, in your soul, in your spirit, that has connected you to your divine higher self this entire time. Things that you may not have felt ready to embark on, or things you may have rejected in the past, things you may have feared in the past. But this step, this is where you take that chaotic, painful struggle, you absorb it, and you feel, and you feel, and you feel in that heart space, you feel, and you transmute. You can sit with those intense feelings and emotions and the chaos. You can sit with that because you are in your power. You are powerful. You are not afraid to fully sit and experience your physical vessel through these emotions. You don't fear that anymore because your solar plexus, it is dignified. It is strong. It is aware of your power, like the solar being above us, the sun, channeling that in this golden energy, the plasma, this hot energy that ruminates through you, burning down these obstacles, finding a new job, something that you've never felt safe to do because that requires you leaving the old one. Maybe that's starting on your spiritual journey as a guide to show people the way, and you haven't yet felt empowered in your voice. Now this is the time to be empowered in your voice, your expression, your creation. The life you create, you manifest. The being in which of yourself you embody. You did that. You create that. You bring that in. That is your power. And these are the stepping stones. This is divine will. Divine will is not stripping you of free will, but showing you that when you follow through with where you are truly guided from your soul, what your soul truly deeply wants to manifest, to bring forth. You don't have to work for that. You don't have to try hard. You're living in a world that keeps putting these expectations of structure around intuition, around discernment. You need to have a reason, they say, to feel what you do. You need a reason to feel that this is right. And I am here to tell you, no, you do not. You do not need any logical, structured reason to know what you know. You are connected to a higher source, the Sophianic dragons, the Sophianic beings, the Sophia herself. She calls to you and welcomes you with open arms and an open palm stretched forth to show you, hey, let me show you the way to finding yourself. Nothing more. And all you need to do, dear one, loved ones, is just feel it. That's it. That's all. Just feel it. This wisdom, this ancient wisdom, this primordial, God-sent wisdom is so much further along than ego restrictions. You cannot box it in to reason or rhyme because it does not fit there. Because the path that must unfold to take you to the divine paths that you are meant to tread are so far past the understanding and the knowledge that is carried within the 3D collective today. And those unfoldings need to reveal themselves to you first before you will understand where you are heading. If you ever do understand, as we're always creating, we're always co-creating together. And the path looks so many different ways. There is no specific, correct way to unveil it. But the things that are meant to come do in the ways that they will, in the ways that you allow. And it can take longer or not. And the choice is up to you. Are you going to follow your deep wisdom, your dragonic discernment in true north? Or are you going to fall back into the regression of karmic patterns? Either way, if you find yourself in this void space, you can't sit here forever, and it's going to feel chaotic regardless. I feel I've said all that I need to, and now I'm going to channel some light language. Kiarandara turu 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 shirku. Yarata kanno saya tashuai. You kair tota nya tashuai. Roya karan paya tatatua katotsai. You yatandra kaishuai tapandra tua. Ru yo ya. Ya yastua. Yastua yakai. Ru shiaratan. Ya kuara tututue. You. Iaratai. Ya. Ru. Ya marikair tutai. Ukai shatututu. An. Iaratai. Rushai Yarawa. Now, let's finalize this meditation by grounding in this energy. Breathing in. Imagine any excess energy that may be overwhelming for your body. Imagine a tether from your feet to the ground, to the earth star, bringing this energy into the collective so that others may awaken and find themselves in their wisdom just like you. And envision this sparkling energy around your dragonic heart space, glittering out, emanating through you, a grid of its own, connecting you to the dragonic ley lines and grids of the earth and of the celestial, and of course connecting you to the dragons themselves. Just keep breathing, grounding it in, divine being. You are a creator being. And we're going to channel this into the 3D, into the earth, into Mother Gaia. The elemental energies around us, really bringing back the dragon energies so that she may rise again. I thank you for coming here. I thank you for being here. I thank you for co-creating this space with me, for hearing my words, for taking them in, for establishing your sovereign energy. We need more sovereign beings. We need more sovereign energy. Stay true to your path. Thank you, and I love you.